In this channel, we already know our Google TV environment can really thrive with gaming options, be it cloud gaming, retro gaming, or local streaming. Google has just released the very new Google TV streamer as their new generation Chromecast, and of course, we had to jump onto it and check it. So first of all, do you even need to get it? Well, if you're a current Chromecast user, I definitely recommend you to get this one. It has better CPU and much more storage. If you're not using any Chromecast, then you might find this works much better than your TV native Android TV, and it will have better and longer support. If you don't use Android TV at all and you want to get into it, this is the perfect opportunity. Setting up the streamer couldn't be simpler. You're just supposed to connect the power adapter to the USB-C port, and then the HDMI cable to... wait, where is it? Oh yeah! Google, in their infinite wisdom, decided not to include an HDMI cable. Can you imagine? Off the shelf, you cannot connect the device to your TV. That's miserable if you ask me. Okay, so we need our own HDMI cable. Any HDMI 2.1 cable will do, but in case you don't want to overthink it, here's the one I grabbed, it works fine. Now we should talk about adding other devices. I have another video on this channel where I explain how to add a USB hub to the Chromecast so that I could connect my 2.4G controller, as well as a USB drive for storage. Storage is less of a concern with the new streamer, but I still need my controller. When I tried to use the same USB hub with the streamer, it didn't work. I tried both the native power adapter as well as the old one I got, and in both cases I got the same error report, as in the Google streamer not getting enough power. I suppose it's a matter of time until we understand which pair of hub adapter works well with the streamer. Meanwhile, and funnily enough, this splitter that was not working that well with the Chromecast original adapter works very well with the new streamer. So I'm connecting that one between the adapter and the streamer, and I use the extra USB connection for my gamepad. I'm sure many splitters will do fine, but if you are curious, this is the one I use. Once you get your streamer going, it will ask for the usual logins and updating of the device. You can go through all that normally. After that, there are a few settings that you will want to adjust to prepare for our gaming. First of all, if we are to sideload any apps, we will need to be in developer mode. That allows us to install apps from APK files that are not part of Google Play. The way to get into developer mode hasn't changed. Go to Settings, System, About, Android TV OS Build, and press it 7 times. You will see a message confirming you are in developer mode. You will also see an extra developer options section in the menu. By the way, sorry about the mouse cursor. I'm capturing the screen of my TV wirelessly from my PC. Let me know if you're interested in knowing how to do this, and maybe I can create a video about it. Then let's make sure we've got game mode enabled, and also the proper resolution. I don't recommend 4K unless you are sure your TV doesn't suffer from the extra input lag. Then it's time to pair any devices you might need to use. If you have a USB gamepad or mouse or keyboard that you want to use, that would be a good time to do it. In my case, I'm using my favorite 2.4G 8-bit DO Ultimate controller, so once I connect it to the free USB port in the splitter, as soon as I grab the gamepad from the dock, I'm good to go. Now as you can see, we've got much more storage by default. So while you can't use it as a Plex server or anything without additional storage, at least you won't need to uninstall any apps because of not having enough space. There's one more setting that I like to enable, which is Apps Only mode, which, unless you enjoy recommendations, is very useful to avoid all the promotional clutter on the screen. But you shouldn't do it yet, since it hides the search bar and we still need to install a few apps. Now let's start installing apps that we're going to use. First, let's go with utility apps, which will help us manage other stuff. Go to your search bar and find an app called Downloader. We will use it to get APK files for anything we want to sideload. This is any app that you can find on Google's Play Market. Secondly, I recommend you get Send Files to TV. It's handy if you ever want to pass any files from your phone to the TV. You just install the app on both sides and you're good to go. And speaking about files, the best file browser I've been able to find by far is File Explorer Plus. It does everything you need and some more stuff, and it's free. I definitely recommend it. At this point, you're ready to start installing all your gaming apps. First, our cloud gaming services. Straight away from the regular search bar, I can get Geforce Now and Boosteroid. Now, for Amazon Luna, which I remind you it gives you free games to play if you are a Prime user, we need to sideload it. This is exactly the same thing that we did for the Chromecast, so I would recommend you to watch that video from the channel. But just as a brief summary, you download the APK from Downloader and then install it, which we can only do thanks to us enabling developer mode. I'm not sideloading the Xbox Game Pass app, because I stopped my subscription for a few months, since I was not really using it lately. Geforce Now, Boosteroid and Moonlight are more than covering all my gaming needs currently. But if you need that, you will do it pretty much the same way as we did with the Amazon Luna app. I don't know about you, but I really like retro gaming. So having something like Retroarch to emulate arcade games or older systems from my couch is a no-brainer. We can download the APK from Downloader, which actually takes us to the official Retroarch website. One problem I used to have with the Chromecast was that Retroarch uses a fair amount of storage, and the more systems you emulate, the more storage you need. That was my main reason to add a USB storage to my Chromecast. Thankfully on the streamer I don't need to do that anymore. The 5 or 6 systems I like to emulate are not going to get any close to filling up my newly available space, which is great. Now, I have a good grasp of Retroarch myself because I've used it for years on many systems, but I know it's quite disorienting for beginners. If you haven't used it before, I sincerely recommend you to check the relevant video on the amazing channel of Retro Game Corps, which has by far the best information available for retro gaming. One of their videos explains how to install and use Retroarch for the Fire TV, and is 100% applicable for us. Still, if you would like me to do a similar video, let me know. If I see a lot of demand for it, I might consider doing it. Next comes my trusted Moonlight, a big deal on this channel. You just have to follow my instructions on the video regarding Moonlight and Sunshine. Just do that and add the proper pin to Sunshine and you're good to go. Lately I've been having fun with some modern arcade action through Technoparrot and it works great for that too. Finally, and as a side note, I also add Plex, which is the best way to watch my own movie collection. I have a NAS drive where I keep all of those movies and shows that I always had, and no streaming software does. It's the best way to watch what you want without any subscription, assuming you already own those movies and shows, of course. This is a bit outside the scope of this channel, but if you are interested, let me know in the comments. If there's enough interest, I will make a video about how to set up a proper Plex server at home. With all this, your supercharged Google TV streamer is now ready to go for all your gaming needs. 2 final comments I want to say regarding performance. In comparison with the Chromecast, it's not a huge jump, but I have indeed noticed that the device feels slightly snappier and faster to respond. I've also done my regular input lag test, and I've noticed a slight improvement. Not a lot, just about 10% or so, but with input lag everything helps. That's all for now. I think the streamer will be a good device as my default cloud gaming HQ. I know it's way less powerful than something like the Nvidia Shield, but I still have my reasons to prefer it. I hope this helped. If it did, remember to like and subscribe so that I can create more content like this. But even if you don't, thanks for watching and enjoy your gaming in a relaxed setting.